Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game. When we last left off, we found out that Elric, hold that thought. Where did that stump come from? Okay, I guess I'm already making use of this handy dandy hammer that I just acquired. Anyway, when we last left off, we found out that Elric is planning on time traveling to the past, and we got dialogue. Gosh dang it, let me do my recap. I'm still a little concerned that if I leave you alone, you'll end up collapsing again. How about I drop you off closer to Totori Village? No, that's okay. I've got some stuff that I found out exists in the desert that I need to get. Luckily for you, I happen to be a magician, so I could teleport you there in the blink of an eye. I was one of the top students at the School of Magic, and I held my position in the top 3 for the duration of my time there. Oh, so these people were from the School of Magic. Thinking back on it, there was always this one student that was better than me at everything. Elena? I could never achieve first place when it came down to test results, which was frustrating. I think her name was Eli. Yeah, Elena. She was a nice girl, but she could be a bit annoying at times. In the end, I decided to leave school because me and a few others discovered the teachers were up to some shady business behind the scenes. Well, that is relevant to the recap. I just wanted to distance myself from that place and move on to bigger, better things. Hey, would you mind elaborating on the shady business, by the way? Anyway, that's enough of my rambling. So, would you like to be teleported? No, I got stuff to explore. Suit yourself. I hope I won't run into your dried-up corpse the next time I visit here. No, not likely. If I die, I'll just reload my save. So, Elric is planning on time traveling to the past to save the present. And having had a couple days to think about that, something is not adding up. Because Elric is also planning on opening the sealed door behind which is contained the demon Drayeth. And where does Drayeth come into play in this? Also, Elric has some sort of grudge against the School of Magic, and I'm definitely wondering what that grudge is, because outside of neuralizing the island so that nobody is aware that the world is ending and try to keep everybody calm because they're not aware. Oh dear. Guess I'm reloading my save. Good news, the scorpions are weak against the hammer. Bad news, they still hit like a truck. But it does make me wonder, what is the School of Magic up to? Oops. That puts my mind at ease. Take care, buddy. Yeah, I was, mashing the button in order to... Yeah, reloading my save again. Interesting how quickly it reloaded. Normally you have to go through a loading screen. Almost makes you wonder if the loading screen is just there for visual effect, or sometimes it actually takes that long to recover or save. Okay, so am I able to defeat the scorpion? Potentially, yes. The problem is, as said, they hit like a truck, but I have a solution. I want to see what happens if I defeat these guys, so let's buff my defense. Oh, I turned away at the worst possible moment. I don't know that the defense buff helped. So, oh, I would like to be able to defeat one of those scorpions, but it's just gonna have to be at a higher level. Well, now I'm getting an idea of why the scorpion is one of multiple enemies that drops a specific item. Maybe the other enemy is a little bit easier to kill. I definitely would like to be able to defeat one of those scorpions on camera, though. That brings into question, what is Reflect? Protects you with a magical barrier for a short duration. I assume that is for magical attacks. Which is handy because apparently my magic defense is not up to snuff. Come on! Got ya! And they drop fire essences. Okay, time to heal. I'll use a healing spell. I'm not necessarily a fan of how that defensive buff wore out before I could finish that thing off. I definitely feel like that buff could last just a little bit longer. By the way, first off, that Reflex Spell, I accidentally discovered it while I was retreading my path in order to refight that boss at a lower level. And while doing so, I also had the Invisibility Cloak equipped, and discovered that those archers can still see you while you're invisible. In fact, I might as well go ahead and demonstrate that real quick. Speaking of invisibility state, I had somebody comment that this effect is a little bit distracting. Yep, still shooting at me. Okay, so continuing down, I know that that's also here. What is this magic spell? Interesting that we found two magic spells nearby each other. Inferno? It's a fire elemental attack. It doesn't cost much SP. Curious what the deal with it is. Oh, it's a spell that you aim. In that case, let me aim it. So, not a particularly strong spell, although it does hit a few times. Here's a question. Does it have to be... Well, I was about to ask, does it have to be hitting enemies in a line of fire? I was not able to find that out because that enemy walked into the line of fire. Well, another question is, can it defeat the scorpion? Probably not. Okay, it has to be in the line of fire. And the scorpions are... Oh, that's a flower. Don't get trapped on the flower. And the scorpions are immune to that spell. So they're just really defensive. It just occurred to me, I could have come here to get a power up. That reminds me, another situation. When I was traveling back to refight the boss at a lower level, I mentioned that I forgot to get the power-up buff from that cave up there. Apparently, you're able to, well, first off, having that buff helped make the boss easier for me during my first attempt fighting it. And second, you can apparently buff up the buff. It stacks with your magic buff. And once I applied that, I wrecked the boss. Okay, so this is the same battlefield we saw in that flashback. I wasn't certain enough to say anything before, but now that I'm getting a look at this part of it, yep, it's that same map. Finally at Totori Village. I had so many distractions along the way here today, I thought I would have been here 5 minutes ago. Oh, there's another magic spell. How do I get to that? How do I get to that? Oh, wait. I see how I get to that. I'll be right back. So, welcome to Totori Village. Elena's supposed to be waiting around here somewhere. These destroyed houses used to be our homes. When the volcano erupted, it sent giant rocks plummeting down here. The rest is history. So is the town. No home, no money. It's over for me. I would advise against exploring these wrecks. I was almost hit on the head by a falling brick. If you're wondering what caused this mess, it was the volcano's eruption. Most of the buildings were evacuated when the ground started shaking. It was enough to wake the dead from their graves. Oh, so you had to deal with zombies too. That sucks. I like this song. This is a nice song. Okay, good news, not the entire town was wrecked. But these curtains are locked. I need a place to rest. I'm kinda hurting. Oh, there's the inn. I bet you Elena is there. Oh, this is a house that is open. Anybody here? That's some stuff hanging on the wall. Incense. Must be somebody sick. There's nothing we can do to awaken him. Not even the eruption of the volcano a few nights ago roused him. Well, the good news is that means he's not dead. It's getting harder for us to hold onto hope. He was so energetic and caring. Why did this happen to him? He's trapped within a deep sleep. He's been sleeping for so long. Please find a way to wake him up. We'll do anything. Please come back here if you find anything on your travels that you think could be helpful. That's a subquest. And a pretty interesting one, too. No spoilers, of course. Need to stitch yourself something new? A ruby brooch. Okay, well, there is a place where I can buy a box of rubies. That would be helpful for this. But what does it do besides boost my magic defense? Love charm. Element guard darkness. Okay, so blind is a thing. I don't quite have enough to craft this right now. Also, the ruby brooch is expensive to craft. It's one thing to just bring a ruby along, but apparently it costs a lot of money to insert it into the brooch. Come back soon. I might be a while. Bring me what I need, and I'll make you some of the finest gear around. That's beginner's equipment. How is that the finest gear around? Does that mean that there's no better gear around? Is it gonna be a while before we find something better? Thanks for the business. You're welcome, person I decided you didn't have anything worth gearing up. Double, toil and trouble. Oh, another potion shop. Fire burn and cauldron bubble. Yeah, whatever. Welcome! How may I help you? Oh, we can buy animal hides? There's also monster hides. I don't remember monster hides. I wonder what drops those normally. I mean, I could easily check, but I feel kind of lazy and don't really need them at the moment, so not gonna bother. Animal hides, I can just go out and fight more wolves. At this point, I noticed that they weren't given much experience. I'm guessing the experience curve in this game is quite steep. Stay hydrated? I think that's what he said just then. I wasn't paying attention. I am a collector of a rare item known as a love charm. I'm no warrior, so collecting the right material to craft one is difficult. Could I ask you for a favor? Would you craft me a love charm? No. That's too bad. I guess I'll never have the love charm collection of my dreams. I'm just kidding. I'll do it. This is fantastic news, my friend. I wish you luck on your crafting journey. Okay, well that gives me reason to craft that really expensive item. I don't really have a lot of money. In fact, enemies don't even drop money. All of the money I have is found in treasures. Well, I suppose at some point I could start selling old gear. Have you ever visited Numata Town? According to legends, a mighty dragon once lived there peacefully alongside the residents. One day, the dragon suddenly left the town and never returned. Ever since then, the town has been plagued with an endless downpour of rain. It's almost as if the town is crying for the loss of the dragon. Well, I'd be pretty bummed too. That sounds awesome. And then depressing. That's quite sad to think about, isn't it? Oh, but Are you friendly? I want to heal first. I'm going to the tent near Rishiri. Okay, I can handle this. Are you friendly? Not entirely. Well, in that case, I'm stealing your thing. I got bread. That's a good thing. I need healing stuff. I wonder if the bread can be used to cook anything. Also, now that I am powered up, or healed up, let's go ahead and head back up here. And that grants me access to here. And we have acquired Aura Wave. That sounds powerful. Want to try it out? Let's try it out. Also, this is a little different. I am 90% certain that in order to get that spell in the previous version, you needed the bow and arrows. I guess the game's creator has decided that we should have this spell a little sooner. I'm not complaining. This sounds awesome. Wait, it only costs 10 SP? Wait, what is it? Gradually recover HP. Hold D button to use the skill. Oh. It's regen? Okay. I thought it was a big old water attack. Well, I can still try it out. Gee, I sure am hurting. Let me heal up. So it costs 10 SP for every 33 healing HP. I assume as I level up, the spell will become a little stronger. That's pretty nice though. That is a good healing spell. Hey, by the way, is this building going to be a thing? It's locked right now. I don't remember it from my previous playthrough. It might not actually be a thing. There are plenty of locked buildings in this game, so might be there just for scenery. Okay, back to exploring town here. Curious weapons you wield. Yeah, I suppose a hammer would be kind of an odd weapon. Let's see what we got here. Gonna see that we're not gonna be able to make progress until we acquire the bow and arrows. Well, that tells you that we're actually getting close to acquiring them. I bet you they're gonna be the next dungeon item. I'd stay 10,000 miles away from this house if I were you. An exceptionally creepy girl lives here. She's famous around these parts for performing all kinds of questionable experiments. I'm sending guard here to make sure she doesn't do anything too crazy. You've been warned. Well, as long as you're here to protect me. Greetings, traveler. With the power of my crystal ball, I shall take a glimpse of how many terrifying enemies you have slain on your travels. The souls of the dead linger and follow you forever. I just so happen to be in dire need of some fresh souls for my next experiment. Which means I can help cleanse you of those lingering souls. Depending on how many enemies you have slain, I'll gift you lovely rewards. Doesn't that sound like a fair deal? Please return to me again when you're ready to cleanse yourself of your sins. Well, that gives me a reason to continue fighting enemies. Greetings again, traveler. Depending on how many enemies you have slain, I'll give you lovely rewards. Let's take a look. You have slain 276 enemies. You've gathered enough souls to claim a shiny new prize. That's just fantastic. Return to me again once you have slain 100 enemies or more. Oh, I see how this is going. So you don't automatically trigger the other rewards if I already have 100 enemies. There's more rewards to be had. Well, let's keep at it. A Fortitude Potion. Well, let's check out what this is real quick. Temporarily grants immunity to most attacks. I can think of one particular foe this would be useful against. And I don't mean the scorpion. Oh, a combat scroll. I got the hang of it. I didn't use that last one that I acquired. I mean, I did, but then I undid my save, and then I didn't. I'm gonna hold on to these combat scrolls for a bit. Also, what sort of experiments is she going to be performing with these souls? Should I feel sorry for the enemies that I am killing? I mean, besides the fact that I am killing them. Staying at the inn is too darn expensive. Do they think I'm made out of money? Please, sir, spare me 100 gold? I'm curious what this option will result in, but I'm not that mean. I'd be happy to. You're a lifesaver. I thought I'd be sleeping in a bed of sand again tonight. You can have these. I found them sitting around behind the inn. Empty vials. I can make potions with those. Okay, just real quick, I have returned to Rishiri Village because I can now afford to buy another of these expensive spells. A part of me wants to continue saving my money because I know there's some rare items that cost even more. Not to mention there was that ruby brooch. But since we're going to a volcano, I feel like it is going to be not a bad idea to buy me an ice spell. Now let's go ahead and try it out. Hello, slime. You're about to get wrecked. Oh, works a little bit differently than the fireball. Also, you did not get wrecked. Still though, seems like a pretty good spell. While I'm here, I'm also gonna go to that harpy that shoots fireballs and see how this reflex spell works. Charge this up. Reflect. Let's see how exactly this works here. It's literally reflect. Oh my goodness. Can I defeat you with this? Oh crap, the reflect wore out. Well, it was fun while that lasted. So, not exactly something you want to rely on exclusively, but it certainly would be helpful in conjunction with slicing things in half with your axe. Okay, and I figure as long as I'm out wandering about anyway, I'd come back to this place where the angel was looking at the key. You remember these? Apparently these actually say something. I believe they say something in base 64, I think it's called. But this apparently says, seek the power of the Freedom Cube. I'm not entirely sure what the Freedom Cube is, but I know it's a new item in this version of the game. And this over here says, escape to the sky. That one, I'm less certain what it is talking about. Maybe it's talking about how we're eventually going to be going to the Sky Garden. I don't know. While we're here, I'm going to try this Reflex Spell again and see if I can trigger this harpy to use that. Yep. Sure enough, that bounced back. Neat. And there's Elena. I'm gonna go ahead and end things here. I'm ending things here because I'm pretty sure that this is going to trigger entry to the next dungeon in some way. I can't remember how. We might just simply be told, hey, you should go there. Although somebody is going to have to give us a pass. I don't remember who gives us a pass, though. In any case, yeah. Ending things. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.